Hi, my name is Ted Jennings and I teach at the Chicago Theological Seminary. About 40 years ago when I started teaching theology, there was a young man named Jimmy from Appalachia who did me the astonishing honor of falling in love with me. Jimmy was a warm, gentle, incredibly talented and funny guy. But underneath that, he was torn up. He was torn because on the one hand of his love for Jesus, and on the other hand, the way in which people who claimed to represent Jesus in his community and in his church told him he was trash and that his love was toxic waste. This tore Jimmy up, and after a time, he walked in the long valley of a broken mind. He only came out as he was dying from that valley, as he was dying of AIDS. I think then he knew that he wasn't trash and that his love was not toxic waste. It was when I met Jimmy that I started speaking out and writing out against the homophobia and the damage that it does when it infests and infects the life of the church. When I came to CTS 20 years ago, we started a program in gay and lesbian studies. And shortly thereafter, the institution, the board, the administration, the faculty, committed itself to the long struggle against homophobia. People ask why we do this, why we do this work. The best answer, I think, was given a long time ago in a book written by Eve Kosofsky-Sedgwick called Tendencies. There she explained the work that she had been doing for years in what she called homophobic, anti-homophobic, or counter-homophobic work. What she referred to was the incidence of teenage suicide. Young people get the message at home, at school, and in church that it is better to be dead than to be gay. And they internalize that message, and with alarming frequency, they take their own lives. It's not only teenage suicide, it's also young people on the streets who leave home and find whatever safety and security they may find on the mean and dark streets of the big cities, in Seoul, in Sao Paulo, and in Chicago, because they feel safer on the streets of the city than they do in their homes and in their schools, and God help us, in their churches. The mantra we're repeating is that it gets better. It doesn't get better by itself. It gets better through the ways in which together we commit ourselves with all our passion and our labor to make it better. The ways in which we hold one another with all the gentleness we can muster. The ways in which we struggle with one another and welcome one another. The ways in which we weep over the fallen. The ways in which we are moved by indignation at the evil that causes so much suffering. And by our rejoicing in those fragments of truth, of beauty, of laughter, of life, of love, above all of love, that we encounter whenever, wherever, however it finds us. It will get better if we commit ourselves to make it better. Join us in making it better for everyone.